everyone! I was invited to a doll convention as one of the judges. And of course, I want to bring some of my dolls with me. Lacey Churchill will be wearing the red taffeta gown I made inspired by The Devil Wears Prada. But I also really wanted to bring my smart doll. The problem is that this suit was originally made for another of my dolls. And because the smart doll has a slimmer body shape, the pants are just a little too big on her. They're not terrible, but they're definitely not the look I want. And since I'm already planning to release this jacket pattern for free, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to create a new outfit that fits her better. Lately, I've been really inspired by this sportif chic aesthetic, so I started sketching a couple of ideas. For the first one, I'm thinking in a very short skirt with tulle and soft ruffles. I'm still pulling some fabrics and material because I want to make that skirt for my jacket. So I'm just still thinking. The second idea is more inspired by a long Adidas balloon style skirt with pockets and a more structured shape. So I kind of have my two ideas. I'm trying to decide the fabric I'm gonna be using, but really now I have less than 2 weeks before the convention. I have a lot of work to do at my store, and somehow I decided this was the perfect time to start another doll fashion project. I'm gonna start with the tulle skirt. At first, I thought I already knew exactly what I wanted to make for the short skirt. But once I started working on the flat drawing, I realized that the original design wasn't translating the way I imagined. So instead of forcing it, I decided to redesign the skirt completely. And because the silhouette changed, I also had to rethink the materials, the colors, and the fabric I already had available. After going through different combinations, I finally arrived at a color palette and fabric selection that felt much more balanced with the jacket. The flat designs always help me identify how I'm gonna work, what will be the technical aspects of my sewing. This is why I make it at least 60% or 75% of the time I wanna make anything. I still had to decide which tool work best. I'm in sportive look. I need to decide how I want the ruffle, how I want the stripe, which material I'm gonna use, which color, and as well how I'm gonna sew everything. Even if I feel like this is a simple design, we have to understand that simple doesn't mean easy. So before starting the actual sewing process, I need to go back to the basics. I took the measurement of the smart doll and started drafting a simple base skirt pattern. I'm gonna take all the measurements of her body, so I measure just once, but I only need today the lower part of the outfit. So I will focus entirely on building the skirt block only first. Once I finish the basic skirt block, I immediately make a photocopy because I'm gonna work with the photocopy and keep the original to scan it later. Then with the photocopy, I'm gonna start transforming it directly into the final design. For this skirt, I wanted the design to feel dynamic. I wanted an overskirt flowing from a little longer at the front and a little shorter at the back to produce certain movement and flowing across her body. Even though the final skirt looks quite detailed, I think the construction actually begins from a very simple pattern, and now that the tulle design is all mapped out, I can finally separate all the individual sections and prepare the pieces for cutting. So I know exactly which kind of material I'm gonna use for each part of the skirt. I'm gonna start rib knit for the overskirt, and then I'm gonna use knit for the lower skirt. And please notice that it's a little bit different, this pattern. As you can see, the side seam and the center back look suspiciously similar. It's because of the body of the smart doll. So because I don't want to get confused, I make notches that identify the side seam a little bit at the top, and the notch that identifies the center seam is a little bit more at the center. That keeps me from committing too many mistakes. For the ruffle session, I'm gonna use a rotary cutter instead of scissors because these edges are going to stay raw, so I wanted them to look as clean and smooth as possible. I should have put a bigger mat, but right now my table is a mess. Anyway, I think they are cutting well. I think I'll be okay. Now that I have everything I need, I can proceed and sew. At this scale, even tiny amounts of bulk can completely change the silhouette, so I decided as well not to use the serger for this project. When all the pieces are ready, the next step is marking the placement of the ribbon details that will create those spotty stripe lines, and I'm gonna use a backing interfacing to stitch so the knit or anything change the shape. After sewing the ribbons onto the upper skirt, I'll finish the hem using fold-over elastic. I'm gonna make my ruffles and I can move to the underskirt, and I'm gonna mark the placement for the ruffles, gather them and then sew them into the right position. There is something about that kind of ruffles that I love when you use them in a tight short skirt. When my both layers are finished, I can now assemble the entire skirt together and finally add the rib knit waistband with the drawstring detail to make my work a little bit more workable. I'm leaving the center back open until the very end, so everything hopefully aligns properly once I close the skirt completely. At least that's the plan. As you can see, the skirt looks fantastic. I love it. But I'm still not convinced with the hem of the overskirt. It is so tight and so cinched to the body that you cannot really see that there are two skirts there. I'm gonna think about what can be done later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna prepare the drawstring for the waistband, and I'm gonna show you a fantastic way to do it. I'm cutting a slim stripe of the knit fabric, and then after I cut it, I just pull it. When you pull it, the edge curves in, and then it's kind of like just like a strap now, and I can use that to make a little bow in the center of my skirt. Here you go. Nice, huh? At this point, I'm officially decided that I like the first skirt so much that I'm not making the second skirt. So instead, I'm moving on to styling details. My next idea is to make socks, which that means that I have to do a quick trip to the dollar store to look for materials. And of course, going into a dollar store for doll supplies never stay focused for very long. Look at that. I really can't find anything that work with the palette. But look at that, actually. Yeah, I think this gray pair can match well my outfit. I should have bring the samples, but I really forgot, so I am just going with my memory. So my plan now is to turn those socks in miniature socks for the doll, and they're kind of thick, so I still don't have any idea if the shoes will fit afterward, but if they don't, those socks will become leg warmers. For the socks, I'm actually going to borrow part of another pattern. I'm a little sad because I wanted to make the socks until mid-thigh, but they are a little bit too short, so I have to work on that. I could make it in knit material, but the thing is that I need to ground the colors and everything. At the end, I think I'm gonna make them in gray. Danny Shoe offers free stain prevention suit patterns for smart dolls, and since the fit is already designed specifically for her, I realized I can simply use the lower leg section as a base for the socks. I think they look good. I'm gonna try now the Converse because, this is what hot girls are wearing today, and thankfully they fit. Which I felt like a small miracle. At this point, it's very subtle, but I don't know if you realize that I replaced the fold over the hem, and now you can clearly see that you have a skirt and an overskirt. One thing that I'm quickly discovering is how convenient it is to work with a doll that already has so many resources and patterns available. It makes experimenting and customizing so much easier, especially when I'm trying like now to work on a tight schedule before the convention. What I'm doing now is cutting a stain prevention shorts because the burgundy fabric could potentially stain the vinyl over time. This is why once again I went back to the Danny Chu pattern, and as you can see I made the shorts, and to tie everything together visually I decided to use the border yellow knit fabric for the waistband because I'm gonna make the top out of this fabric too. And now it is finally time to remake this top properly. I had already created this early version while I was experimenting with the design, but when I did that one, I did it too quick and mostly just to test the proportion and silhouette ideas. But this time I wanted to slow down and actually finish it in the way I imagine it. I still wanted the outfit to stay connected to the sporty theme while mixing it with softer and more feminine details. But the more I work with it, the more I realize that there is a major problem. Too difficult to put on. And for a garment inspired by activewear, that completely defeats the purpose. So I decided to keep experimenting with the construction until I could find a solution that looked clean but also easier to wear. And now the outfit is finally finished. So it is time to the real test. The full get ready with me. For this final styling, I want the overall look to feel sporty, feminine, modern, and just slightly fashionista at the same time. Almost like a mix between streetwear, activewear, and soft coquette details. Is it too much to ask? I also decided to switch her original wig for a short bob hairstyle. You know that I love that short bob, that Robert. But really, it's because the longer hair might compete too much with the outfit. And honestly, seeing everything finally come together after all the redesign, the adjustment, the corrections, the little technical problems along the way felt incredibly satisfying. Doll is ready, but I still have a lot more to prepare before the convention. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment.